All right, the guys over here are going to wrap things up. Our fourth of four videos. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, pregame.tv. Coach, this is going to be the Cardinals and the Raiders. Cardinals, again, pretty well in control as far as the decision, but get a late cover against Kirk Cousins. And I don't even know if there was any other player in the picture outside of the defender he threw the ball right to.
No, it was just a terrible pass by Cousins. The Redskins put up a fight in the game, but Arizona, the better squad. They're the better squad here as well. But that doesn't mean they're going to win the game or cover the spread. Win the game, well, I don't know if I'm willing to take a money line shot on the Raiders, but they certainly looked like a different team last week with Tony Sparano running things. They went out and made a big effort against a really good Chargers team. Positive sign for a team when they switch coaches, even if it's an interim job. Oftentimes you get a spike for a few weeks, and you might be seeing that out of the Raiders right here.
James Jones, local kid, San Jose State product, playing very well. And Holmes, this kid's stepping up, too, to give him another receiver.
Well, look, and here's the big thing. Derek Carr is going to be a really good quarterback.
Yep.
Man, I'll tell you what, he's got a great arm. He can make all the throws, and the confidence level with Carr is impressive. He's, there was some who thought, well, he's going to be like his brother, David Carr, who was a flop in the NFL. And part of the reason he was a flop was he ended up on a bad football team to begin with, and he got sacked like a million times. His first year, he was never the same after that. Was the same thing going to befall Derek Carr? So far, it doesn't appear that way. I think Carr's getting better with each game. And at some point, he's going to spring an upset against somebody. Maybe it's this week.
I agree with you as far as his improvement from week one to week now. And the game against the Jets was woeful, but really stepped up, looked solid. And they should have won that game against San Diego.
They outplayed the Chargers in that game. At least, well, you can make a case they certainly played them even. And the Chargers are a much better football team. Now, maybe San Diego came in a little bit flat, expecting to win. That does happen in the National Football League. But nevertheless, you can't take away the credit the Raiders earned with what was a very good performance. So I think there's some momentum gained from that, and I think the Raiders are going to take the field feeling as though they've got a real chance to win this game.
All right, well, this line has the Cardinals favored by 3.5, total of 44. Dave Cokin, you're going to make this play official. Let's do it right now.
Well, it's been a strange year in the National Football League because a lot of the situations where the sharp side looks like the right side, well, it hasn't turned out to be that way. The Raiders were one of those teams last week where the Sharps liked Oakland, and they did come through, and I think you're going to see them come through again this week. It's not that the Arizona Cardinals are coming in fat and happy by any means. I think this is a team that has got a lot of solid coaching, and now that Palmer's back on the field, they're a good football team. They're the better squad here, but it's still a road team, a road game, and they're going in as a favorite against a team that found out something positive about themselves last week. And the Raiders have had very little of that in the last few years. This is a new feeling, and it's something they should be able to build off. I think you're going to see a really close football game here between Arizona and Oakland. I can't go out on a limb and say that it's going to be an outright upset by the Raiders, but getting more than a field goal, I think the value is definitely there for Oakland, and I'll take the Raiders plus the points.
There you go. McFadden's starting to play a little bit better, and Khalil Mack's starting to step up on defense.
Yeah, and look, the main thing is, it's a team that's had just so much negativity around them for the past couple of years. The coaching hire was a disaster. Right? Allen was just not the right guy. It's like they got a new lease on life last week. That was the best football game I've seen the Raiders play in ages. Why can't they do it 2 weeks in a row?
I agree with you. Back in the black hole. Hopefully they get off the schneid 0-5, but I think you're going to get a great effort. And again, that Cardinal team still banged up. Calais Campbell will miss this game as well. That's going to wrap it up for our 4 videos. We'll be back next Wednesday to get you 4 more videos, 2 college, 2 pro. We'll keep doing that throughout the season. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, hoping all your games turn up good. Don't forget to check Cokes out on the 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific time, the Las Vegas Sports Line, SportsX Radio, Monday through Friday, 7 to 10. You can pick me up online on Yahoo Sports Radio as well. Till next week, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you then. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, pregame.tv.